Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
For you in Huntsville, Texas.
Here we are, Wednesday, the day after tomorrow, which was yesterday.
Let's run that one by again.
Yeah, the day after tomorrow. No, that was the movie. That was the movie. The day. What would it be called? The day after yesterday.
That's right. Well, the day after a holiday.
Good morning, Huntsville.
There we go. I was waiting on Kaye to bring it in. I was just trying to I was given an opportunity here. Kaye and Rick Boehning, tomorrow's promise, Montessori schools, joining us here this morning. Welcome in on a Wednesday. Things feel like airy today. It's just one of those airy type days. You ever had those airy type days? You wake up and you kind of feel like you're floating on a cloud? Or is that usually like the night before you go to sleep?
That's never happened to me.
Yeah, it's been one of those weird like cloud floating days today. But anyways.
Did the fireworks do this to you last night?
I think the fireworks were the main culprit of why that happened. But
yeah, if anybody missed it, Rob did a wonderful job at recording the fireworks last night.
Hey, thank goodness, Rick. We had the good news was we had internet out there at Cape Bar Ross, and so when you have internet, that always works. I've been having some phone issues once I get out to that part of town, which has been really strange, but we had internet. Everything is good, and here we are on a Wednesday. So we appreciate you joining us as always. Another episode of Good Morning Huntsville. Crazy to think, episode number 62, already flying through here as we get July started. Already July the 5th. This month's going to fly by just like the rest of them. And that's why you got to just take a deep breath. We did it yesterday, Deneen and I. And just exhale.
Yeah, I got so much stuff going on in July.
Yeah, you guys are rocking and rolling. The new academy is underway. How's the progress going, by the way?
They're putting form boards out yesterday, and I think they're going to start pouring concrete for the driveway in the next day or two.
Yeah, we have to go write our name in it.
Yeah, you have to. No, seriously though, when you have a new building, you have to put your name on things. We already know that this is very important. I was looking out, and at my parents' house, when they built that house in 1980, there's still a handprint and a footprint from each of us. Well, I wasn't born yet, so obviously I wasn't there. In fact, I remember when I was a child. I was a kid. I mean, I really was. I was the offspring of a goat.
That's not very nice to tell your mother that.
Yeah, well, that's right. See, man, we're just going to end the show. I just can't get. Mother, I love you. I love you. That just did not.
Maybe you were adopted.
That did not sound great at
That must
all.
be really old, Rob, because 1980 does not seem that long ago.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. See, now I made my mom feel bad. Mom, I love you. Golly, it's just been one of those days, Kay. I'm not the offspring of a goat. I probably acted like a goat. Let me put it that way. As I was growing
That's
up.
probably why kids are called kids.
That's right. But
Bounce all over everything.
there's still handprints and footprints though in the porch of my parents where we grew up, and I thought that was kind of neat that that's still there
Yeah.
all these years later. I saw it the other day whenever we were back in Georgetown, or the other week. So, but hey, we do want to welcome you in. Thanks for joining us here on another edition of Good Morning Huntsville. As always, we appreciate you joining us. Let us know what you're thankful for this morning, what you're waking up to on a Wednesday after a wonderful 4th of July holiday. And we wouldn't be able to be here on Wednesdays without our good friends from Tomorrow's Promise. Of course, Rick and Kaye Boehning doing some great work. They've got a lot of projects going on. We'll talk about those as the show goes on. And also some news that'll be kind of, I guess, maybe in a way breaking here on the show today. Some news that Kaye is going to share. And we'll also have a guest from us from ResponsiveEd talking to us. Anna Hardway is joining us here today. She'll be on here before too long, speaking with her, and it'll be a great interview this morning. So we got a lot lined up, a lot of great things happening. But once again, just let us know what you're thankful for as you're waking up today. There's so much to be thankful for. And Kay, you and I were kind of emailing back and forth, and we started thinking about, different themes that we could talk about here on the show. And I know you've got the announcement coming up today, which, that's going to be an exciting announcement for us. But again, my mind is just gone this morning. Kay, I woke up 6 times last night, and I have no idea what was going on. And you had sent me a message, and I'm trying to find it. I don't know if it was a text message.
So I suggested that today we talk about choices.
That's right, choices.
Because that's my Wednesday wisdom, is let your child have choices. And sometimes it can be whatever they decide to wear in the morning. And my youngest one time had a Chicago Bulls hat, 101 Dalmatians shirt, Winnie the Pooh underwear on backwards because he wanted to be able to see Pooh, and that was on the hiney of the underwear. Power Rangers shorts, and then he chose 2 shoes. One was an Aladdin shoe that was about this thick for the sandal, and then a Hercules shoe that had about sole this thick. And, he walked around like this, and I'm like, I just looked at him and I said, Jeremy, do you want to at least wear the same shoes? And he's like, nope. And we went to Walmart, and I got the strangest looks. I wish I had a picture of him, so it was so cute. But I got the strangest looks from people looking at me going like, what happened there? But he was about 2, and he had matching outfits, but he couldn't decide what one he wanted to wear. So he wore all of his favorites that day. Never again did he choose shoes that were different heights. He always wore matching shoes after that.
I always choose shoes at different heights.
But allow your child to make choices. If you can't stand the outfit that Jeremy picked out, then lay out 2 outfits and let them choose which one that they're going to choose to wear, because they will come up with some strange combinations. But I have actually had some students come to school, and in Montessori they're free to choose what work they want to work on. And they presented with all these choices, they don't know what to do. And every day we're presented with choice after choice after choice, and this helps teach them how to make good choices. It sounds silly, but it starts with little bitty things.
Yeah, is it kind of, when I think of it, it's like either or. Would you like eggs or would you like yogurt? Those kind of choices. And Bridget and I do that with Bridget's really good about it. She does it really, really awesome with Braylon, asking her choices about would you like this or that. And
she's limiting it. See, this isn't I'm going to throw a fit until I get what I want. This is limiting the choices, and so you've put limitations on it. And so you're still controlling and teaching discipline, but you're allowing freedom within that.
See, don't get this mistaken, by the way, here on the show today. Don't mishear what we're talking about. This isn't the movie Big Daddy where you just let the child do whatever he wants. Did you ever watch that movie?
I have enough of those children right now that the parents let them do whatever they want, and no is a word they've never heard before.
Yeah, well, Braylon knows the word no because she says it back to us all the time. All the time. And now it's at the point, hey, sweetheart, would you like to come to daddy? No. And it just breaks your heart. And now she also understands that whenever she's doing something she shouldn't be doing, that for whatever reason, she'll go, hello, mama, hello, daddy. And that's, if she says that just randomly, she's doing something she shouldn't be doing. The biggest one is playing in the dog's water. So I don't know what it is with children and dogs' water
Have
bowls.
you given her some water to play with?
Yeah, she's had water. She's played. Yeah, we have the splash pad in the back. And
Okay, no. The dog's water's out there all the time, available for the dog to drink out of. Does she have an accessible water to play with?
No, we don't. I don't want water spilling all over the house, Kaye.
Give her a little area that has some water where she can play in it.
With a towel on it. There you go.
And have her clean it up when it's on the floor.
Okay. She does know clean up, by the way, because there's a song that goes, clean up, everybody
Yeah.
clean up.
We sing it at the school all
Yeah,
the time.
Rick sings that to me whenever it's just Rick and I driving around.
But, you know.
Everybody clean up.
We sing a lot of things.
Yeah. So
Most of them not from publication.
yeah, good fun today. But again, want to welcome you in. A lot of friends already joining us, and as always, we do have our daily giveaways that are happening here on the show. All you got to do is text. Hey, we're still going to celebrate 4th of July. Why not? And so through Friday at 8 a.m., you can text in the keyword fireworks along with your name to 936-339-0139. Again, that's the keyword. As always, today, fireworks with your name, 936-339-0139. And if you text that in, you'll be entered to win. We are giving away one more certificate today to Guardian Defense. This is for your LTC class. And so thank you to Jason Thompson for providing these. And you know what? Maybe there's a couple that wants to go. Well, here's the cool deal. Stephanie won yesterday, so we'll deliver hers. We've got it right here, and Stephanie already joining us this morning, but we've got hers. We do have one more that we're giving away, and like I said, maybe you're a couple, and one of you can go for free, one of you can pay, and so that supports local business. Maybe you just want to go by yourself. So, we'll be giving that away at the end of the show, so make sure that you chime in. And then the rest of the week, too, we have some care packages from Victoria Be the Light Counseling. So make sure that you join in, chime in, let us know what you're thankful for today. And, hey, we want to hear from you also. Let us know what you did yesterday for the 4th of July. What did you guys do?
We had the grandkids.
Yeah, we warmed up a brisket that we got from Kyle. Remember Kyle that called in and won?
Yes, yeah.
We bought a
warmed it up.
biscuit from him about a month ago and heated it up and fed everybody. And
We had brisket sandwiches and played Uno. And
Oh, man. The 4th of July food's always so good.
it was
We didn't have a hot dog. Yeah, Ray Hernandez had brought us. He has a Traeger grill, and he had texted us. I don't get too many naps. Of course, during the week you're working all the time, but on a day off, I try to take a nap. And so we had, I wouldn't say a full day off because I still did stuff yesterday morning, but I did have a little bit of time yesterday afternoon. And so I went home, took a nap. I have a text message missed at like 2:30. I was like, great. And it was Ray saying, hey, are you home? And obviously I was, but I didn't respond. So I texted back at 3:30 when I woke up. Well, then I didn't hear from him for like another 30 minutes. And he texted back, hey, sorry, I was taking a nap. I said, well, that's what I was taking a nap. Everybody was napping, but he brought over some food to us yesterday. So appreciate that. We had some burgers, a steak that he cooked, some chicken wings. So
we need
it was really
to have
nice of him.
synchronized nap times.
Yeah, it's just.
Because I took a nap yesterday, too.
You did too. So see, that's what happens whenever you get a little bit older and you finally get maybe a half day off. Or as a business owner, you really don't ever get a day off. But that's what happens. You're all excited. Hey, I finally get maybe a couple hours off. What do? You take a nap.
I'm making up for all the ones I skipped when I was a child.
Yeah. So making up for the naps. Hey, a lot of friends joining us this morning. We want to welcome them in. Jay Elm saying good morning. Good morning to you. Stephanie Pitts is also saying good morning. Great to have you on as well, Stephanie. Also my mother and mom. There you go. See, golly, the morning
I'm trying.
She never makes the show live, or very rarely. And mother, earlier, we always talk about saying children instead of kids because kids is an offspring of a goat. And I did not mean to say that I came from a goat, because you are not. You know what? She is a goat. She's the greatest of all time. Boom. That's what I meant.
like it. That's what you meant.
I'm the offspring of the greatest mother of all time. So, good morning, Mom. Love you. Also, Tammy is joining us as well. So, good morning to you, also, Tammy. Again, great show today lined up. We'll step aside. We'll take a break. And here in just a few moments, we'll have Anna Hardway joining us from Responsive Ed. Stay with us. So we've got an announcement and more coming up here on Good Morning Huntsville. Back at it here, episode 62. What you gonna do? Remember that show? What was it back in the day? Bad Boys, Bad Boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they
Come for you.
That's right, Cops. Is that still on?
I don't know.
Did you ever see the movie Step Brothers?
Yes.
Oh man, it was hilarious. It's one of those movies that you're watching, and you're like, I probably shouldn't be watching this, but it's really funny, so I watched it. And then there's the drum part where like he's playing the drums, and the guy comes in and he's like, "What are you doing?" You're all sweaty. He's like, "Just got there watching Cops." It's like, I know you were playing with my drums, Brennan. Cops doesn't come on until 4:00. So if you see someone around and they're a little bit sweaty, they might have been watching Cops.
Or playing the drum.
That's right, or playing the drums. So welcome back in here on a Wednesday. As always, we appreciate our friends Rick and Kaye Boehning from Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. They are really you talk about raising children right. You get them in a Montessori school, and it's unbelievable how children will excel, how they will just develop and learn and really utilize their God-given talents. And that's what I love about Montessori. It's one thing that I've learned talking to Kaye much more. But today, a really great day as we will bring on Miss Ann Hardway. She has been waiting patiently in our green room. Ann, good morning. How you doing today?
I'm great. Good morning. How are y'all?
We're doing good. Just wanted to make sure, and I know you've got us loud and clear, so we appreciate you joining us today. Kaye, I may let you ask Ann a couple of questions. You had asked her to come on today, some announcements, and so I'll let you kind of take over the conversation for a little bit, if that's all right.
Well, we haven't said anything, Anna. So we are working on a partnership between Tomorrow's Promise and Responsive Ed to offer free pre-K to area children that qualify.
Yeah, this is going to be a great partnership. And again, Anna Hardway joining us this morning here from Responsive Ed. Anna, just give us a little bit more about your background and tell us about Responsive Ed and why this partnership is going to be so great.
Sure. Yeah, and thanks again for having me. And it's been great getting to know Kaye and Rick and getting a chance to talk about these innovative partnerships this morning. So I'm an educator, more than a 20-year educator, and have worked for children's nonprofits and in public schools in different parts of the country. And a little over a year ago, I joined Responsive Ed and neighborhood schools to help kind of develop their brand and improve and expand some really innovative partnerships that they have built around pre-K all the way through 8th grade. We have a couple of schools here in the immediate Houston area, one on West Chase over on West Park Drive, and one in the north side near Gallery Furniture. And we are we were part of an innovation by the state in around 2017 to expand high quality pre-K seats for 3 and 4 year olds, which there were not enough of in the greater Houston area, which includes Huntsville. So we have been actually one of the companies who's been able to expand even during COVID and build some of these innovative partnerships. And they're innovative. When I use the word innovative, that just means we have a child care partner, a high quality child care partner like Tomorrow's Promise. We have families who need childcare and who are looking for high quality pre-K programs for their families, and maybe they can't afford it, or maybe they don't live in an area that has had seats for high quality pre-K before, and then a charter school or an ISD, a school district, a typical traditional school district. And so Responsive Ed jumped in even during COVID. And included my brand of schools, neighborhood schools that I run. And we were able to create this hub that would help folks like Kaye and Rick who wanted to offer more high quality pre-K seats in the community to maybe folks who couldn't afford a high quality program and were interested in expanding. So we're very, very excited about this partnership. I think I'll let Rick and Kaye talk about what this means for the families there in Huntsville, because you know your family's best. But there is in my opinion, in Texas right now, this is one of the most exciting things happening for 3 and 4 year olds all over the state. And I'll have to say, not only is this an educational venture to make sure that we're getting kids started early, who are maybe coming with a few steps behind. It's also a workforce effort. So involved in all of this is not only TEA, not only child care licensing, not only these great community pre-Ks and child cares, but also the Workforce Commission, because we know that getting young families who need care high quality seats, it helps their children, and it also helps the businesses in the community expand.
Yeah, well, this is such a good message this morning. Again, Anna Hardway joining us from Responsive Ed. And Kaye and Rick, I mean, this is huge for tomorrow's promise, and not just for you guys. More importantly, so huge for families, as Anna was just speaking about, especially with young children, 3 and 4. You talk about it so much, about those early years. 0 to 4 is the most critical age for young people to start learning. What does this mean to tomorrow's promise, and just how excited are you for this for the community, Kaye?
I think it's wonderful. I mean, over half our community is economically disadvantaged, and so the parents will be able to apply. It's called dual enrollment, and so they'll be enrolled with us, and they'll also be enrolled in the pre-K partnership. And so they go through them to see if they qualify for it to be free. If you are economically disadvantaged, English is a second language, you're a Gold Star family, military, foster children, there's several different avenues for you to be able to get the access to free. And it is for only a traditional school day. If they need before school and after school care, then they have to pay a fee, and they'll pay the fee to Tomorrow's Promise. But that's so much more inexpensive than paying for childcare all day long.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's huge.
Well, again, I appreciate Anna Hardaway and Hardway. I keep saying Hardaway because I think I'm a basketball guy, right? So Penny Hardaway back in the day. So
Everybody does.
Yeah,
Everybody does.
so Anna Hardaway again joining us from Responsive Ed, and just appreciate you being here with us, sharing some light. I wanted to give you an opportunity, Anna, to talk a little bit more about Responsive Ed. You've enlightened us so much, and just a great organization, and now Tomorrow's Promise, being able to utilize the resources that you guys have. But I was looking at the website earlier, and part of the mission is to provide hope for students through educational options that promote a free society and cultivate moral and academic excellence. Can you expand a little bit more just on your mission and the impact that you guys are making on young people and families in the communities that you serve?
Yeah, absolutely. Responsive Ed is a very interesting charter company. It has 7 different brands, and one of those is Neighborhood Schools, which includes our 2 schools. It also includes premier high schools. It also includes classical academies. It also includes an iSchool. So Responsive Ed is really committed to making sure that, regardless of the path and regardless of the fit of education, that there's a choice within the network of schools across Texas and Arkansas now, that over 100 schools, that all students of all ages have an opportunity to make the choice, and their families have the opportunity to make the choice that's best for them. That includes from 3-year-olds all the way up, actually through adults, because we have a really cool partnership here at Gallery Furniture called Work Texas, where adults can come back and finish a trade or multiple trades if they want to do that through the Workforce Commission. So it's a very exciting. Obviously, Responsive has never shied away from doing things a little bit differently to make sure that learners have what they need.
Yeah, I just love hearing about this and this collaboration. And in Huntsville, we're so blessed to have so many great organizations that just lift up this community. And when you talk about lifting up young people, I'm just saying it not because they're sitting here, but I can't think of 2 better individuals that lift up young people in our community than Kaye and Rick Boehning with Tomorrow's Promise. Kaye, how did this collaboration with Anna and Responsive Ed kind of start? What really got the ball rolling for this?
I try to pay attention to what's going on in the legislature, and saw where they had made some changes to the way school systems are doing things, and they sent out an email, and they sent back one saying, are you interested in a partnership kind of thing? And so I was like, yeah, I want more information about this. And so I had a choice. I mean, there's a choice between the public school district and the charter school district. And I said, I'm interested in either or both. And the charter school district responded back that they were interested in a partnership with me. And so we've been going from there. We've been working on this, since November?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, so keeping something under the hat and not saying anything since November has been very, very interesting.
And I'll tell you this, Kaye and Rick and I talk a lot. I had no idea about any of this. So they've did a great job of just keeping everything under the wraps, doing what they were supposed to do until this collaboration finally came to fruition, and they were able to announce it here today. But yeah, all Kaye told me was, we've got an exciting announcement. We may have to wait a week or so. And then she said, hey, you know what? Anna said she could hop on today and we can go ahead and talk about this. So as you look forward, and I'll ask this to Kaye also, the benefit to tomorrow's promise and what you're able to provide. You've already highlighted some of that, but expand a little bit more on that about how much this means to the community, and especially families that may be going through a rough time right now and need that extra boost.
For the families, like I said, it's going to mean a lot, because I think most of the people that are at our school will qualify. Those that don't qualify, I mean, they're going to have to pay. But it's going to open up the doors for a lot of them to not have to pay anymore, or just pay for the before school and after school, which will, like I said, cut their tuition each month significantly. And so, I mean, that's huge. That's putting lots of money back in the parents' pockets that can't really afford everything that's going on right now with all the inflation and stagnant wages and this, that, and the other. And the school isn't going to benefit that much from it. We've got extra paperwork and this, that, and the other thing that we're going to have to do, but it's something I've wanted to do for a long time, is to be able to give parents a choice and not have money be a factor. I mean, that's just the way I am.
If you want a quality education, you usually have to pay quite a bit for it.
Yeah, 100%. So this is great. I mean, you talk about the collaboration again, and just resources for families to really give their young children a high quality education.
Well, and I think that's what maybe the school's going to get out of it, is another stamp of saying, hey, we are the best. We're a 4-star Texas Rising Star school. We have been for a long time. That's the state coming in and saying we exceed minimum standards. This is another stamp saying, hey, they agree with what we're doing. We're doing a good job. And so just another stamp of excellence.
It's great.
So.
Anna, I did want to ask you, and Kaye may know the answer to this too, but I'll bring you back into the conversation again. Anna Hardway joining us this morning from Responsive Ed here, talking about the new collaboration with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools. Do you guys work with any other Montessori schools, or is this kind of a first for you guys?
So, working with Kaye and Rick is an amazing experience because they're so committed to the Montessori model. And so this is our first Montessori school. We have one pre-K partnership at West Chase Neighborhood School. We have another at Jensen Neighborhood School. We have another at Virtue's Preschool at Gallery Furniture. And we're doing a little expansion right now into the Sugarland area and now Huntsville. And this is our first Montessori school, so very excited about that.
I had to bring that up, Anna, because it always seems like Kaye is the pioneer of firsts. They just won a very distinguished award out of 30 plus counties. From SBC or SBDA and am I saying that right?
SBA.
SBA. I get all the acronyms, but I mean a very prestigious award, and it's the first Montessori school, child care educational facility that's ever won the award. And so now the collaboration with y'all has been wonderful as well. So again, Anna Hardway joining us. And I think your video may have froze up there for a second, so I'm just going to pull you off for just a minute, and you can still hear us, right, Anna?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I pulled your video off because it froze up. We can still
Okay.
hear you, but we
Good
can
deal.
still hear you. Is there anything else that you would like to just enlighten our audience about this partnership, this collaboration, and anything like that you want to educate our audience on?
Yes, absolutely. If you have a child here in the Huntsville area, it's actually open enrollment, but we know families got to drive into the child care. So if you're in the Huntsville area or any of the surrounding areas and you have a 3-year-old that turns 3 by September 1st, or a 4-year-old that turns 4 by September 1st, then you're going to have a 4-year-old that turns 4 by September 1st, you can go to the responsiveed.schoolmint.com/login website that was shared in the chat, and I believe on the screen, and learn more. You can go in there. I encourage people that even if you think you qualify, if you're not absolutely sure, go ahead and fill out the application. It doesn't hurt a thing. All that means is you get a call from us to talk through whether you qualify or not for the program, and it's no commitment from you. So I always encourage people to go ahead and log in, go ahead and enter a little bit of information about their child, and give them a call.
Yeah, for sure. We put that up on the screen here. And for those of you that are listening later on an audio-only format, you can apply at responsiveed.schoolmint.com. Again, it's responsiveed.schoolmint.com. And so if you got a young one out there, 3 years old, it's time to start looking into this for sure.
Well, and I will say that the students that are already at the school have first choice.
Yes.
And the ones that don't qualify aren't going to be kicked out. It's first come, first serve. We have very few openings open. And in fact, we're working on opening up another 3- and 4-year-old classroom just because of the demand we already have before any of this was announced.
So it's all happening. Yeah, well, that's great. Well, Anna, again, appreciate you this morning. Thanks for sharing some news with us, and we'll continue to promote the things that you guys are doing in collaboration with Tomorrow's Promise. Did you have any final questions, Kaye, for Anna?
No, I need to get the information so I can pass it on to my parents. This is literally, we were going to have this meeting later today. So
Yeah.
Well, there we
we're
go.
having the meeting right now.
We've got
How
some
to
great
enroll.
flyers and information for Kaye to share with families. And but all you need to do is click that login site and get started.
All right. Anna, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we're always about lifting up our community, and I love chatting with you. Even when the camera froze up, you were smiling, and that's important. So, the camera's back now for you, but I love just folks that are passionate about what they do, and you can read it. You can see it on folks' faces, and I understand just in the short time that we've interviewed you today that you're very passionate about what you do and your commitment to young people as well, and not just young people, but to serve people of all ages. So thank you for just your commitment and you guys partnering with a great organization here in Huntsville, such as Tomorrow's Promise.
Absolutely. It's our pleasure. Appreciate you having me.
All right, there she is, Miss Anna Hardway, joining
Thanks,
us
Anna.
this morning. So great work there. I mean, getting this going, Kaye, and more
Well,
opportunities for people here in
Mostly
Huntsville.
Kaye and her teachers. I'm way in the background on this one.
Yeah, Rick's not taking the credit. So
I don't
that's
want to
good.
take credit. Her teachers helped a lot.
Rick, I mean, what is Rick's main role at Tomorrow's Promise? I know you do a lot. Do you get to do a lot with the children though too? Do you go out to the I cannot think today, field trips? You don't go out on the field trips?
I learned my lesson about 15, 20 years
Oh
ago.
man, I was just thinking that Rick would be the most fun to go on. I'm telling you, man, when Braylon gets back in, I've got to make sure that there's a Rick Boehning, there on a field trip.
Tell them about the first
Oh, no,
field
you
trip.
tell them about the first field trip. We weren't even married,
Okay.
and I decided I was going to go on the field trip to Hurricane Harbor. It wasn't Hurricane Harbor then.
Yeah.
And I didn't bring any water shoes. Blistered my feet. I was over there by one of the slides coming in, and a young child came down the slide in a tube, and he just popped right down the middle, and he hit the water. Well, a long time ago, I was a lifeguard. So I leaped the rail, broke my toe, and still didn't make it with that child for the lifeguard.
Oh man.
So
Well, the child popped right up. It was just fine. But
But, the instincts kicked in, and I come back to the house and I'm hobbling. She goes, "There's nothing wrong with you. Come on. Tell him what you found out, honey."
He had huge blisters on his feet, and on both feet, and had broke his pinky toe, and I'm taping it up and everything. I never felt so bad.
Did you tape it to the next toe? Is that what you always do? Oh, man.
But he's always making fun and making jokes and everything, and I just thought he was being Rick, and I'm surprised he kept dating me after that.
Hey, everything works out to
We
those.
were supposed to get married, and we were supposed to get married, what, in a week?
Yeah.
When this happened, and I'm like, I did not have a sympathetic wife.
You wouldn't know it to look at me, but I used to be a lifeguard.
Rick, I thought you still were, honestly.
So he has not been on very many field trips.
Did you do any more after that?
No.
Yes, you did. You went to Oil Ranch. You've been on several.
I've never gone back to Hurricane Harbor.
Yeah, forget that.
They
No
tried
more.
to kill me.
Still have blisters from that. There's still blisters on the feet.
Metal
there.
scars is what there is.
Oh my goodness. And those are the worst. I mean, let's be honest. So Rick, appreciate Rick, and always good to have good humor, and I'm serious, Rick, though. You do a tremendous job. Whenever I bring Braylon around to events around town and you're there, you do such a great job interacting with children, and so I think it's important, and so glad that you're involved, and that Kaye allows you to be involved, I guess.
She
right,
allowed
Kaye?
me.
Yeah.
She allowed me like this.
So, well, hey, friends, we got a lot more to go here on the show, about 20 more minutes or so. Make sure you let us know what you're thankful for today. We want to hear from you. A lot of folks chiming in this morning. Did want to remind you before we take another break, you can text us. The keyword is fireworks along with your name to 936-339-0139. That is the word today through the rest of the week. You can text us every day, once a day, through the rest of the week until about 8 a.m., and we'll enter you to win LTC court. You guys have your LTCs, right?
Yeah, we both do.
And Stephanie, it was good because she won yesterday, but she said, you know what? It'd be great to have a refresher course. You can't ever know too much, and so it's always good to continue to learn. And I think you could take a course 10 times on any subject, and you'd still be able to learn something every time, even if it was the same course. Because we can't retain information. It's like, I go back through and read scripture, and I'm like, I don't even remember reading that, or I don't remember the message of that. And there's so many different ways that you can take things out of what you read and study and apply it. So
If I remember right, you retain about 15% of everything you hear.
for me, it's like 0.5%.
If you take notes, you retain a little bit more. And just the act of taking notes, even if you don't ever go back and read them, just the act of taking notes puts it in another part of the brain. It makes it easier to remember too.
Now, does that include, I would almost assume that handwriting the notes would be better
handwriting.
versus typing them.
You don't remember near as much if you type them.
Because I type really fast. I used to type about 150 a minute, no joke.
I've seen you type.
Not anymore. I've slowed down.
No, but when you go to college and you've got all these students with their laptops and stuff out, they're not retaining near as much information as the student that has the notepad and is taking handwritten notes.
And they're all watching YouTube or TikTok or whatever it is nowadays anyways, instead of listening. So in high school, there was no rule in place then with laptops when I was in high school. Like, teachers didn't know how to address it because children, young people, teenagers weren't bringing laptops to school with them.
Couldn't afford it.
No, and I was really blessed because there was an old, before Craigslist and all this other jazz that was out there, there was, and it still exists, news groups. News groups were popular before the World Wide Web. So when the internet first came out, there was news groups. And there was a news group called Austin.4Cell. And you had to have special software to access the news groups, but it was kind of, it was really cool. And I still remember the guy's name, Bob Vatico. I don't know how I remembered his name, but again, maybe I wrote it down. Bob is Vlatico, Bob Vlatico. And I had put a post on Austin.4Cell saying, I'm interested in buying a used laptop. There's no way I could afford a new one. And there was no way I could buy one anywhere else in full price, even if it was used. And so I said, I'm willing to pay you, because I had a job, I was working a little bit. You got to watch child labor laws, but I was 15 years old. I was getting paid to work for an internet company. They always told me they couldn't put it like on record for a while just because they didn't want to get in trouble. I kept bugging this guy, and he finally gave me an opportunity. But I said, I can pay you $50 a month until I pay that thing off. And all these, there's people out there, even There's so many jerks on the internet. I just got to say it. There are keyboard warriors, is what it became known. So all these, I didn't think of anything like that. I thought maybe there's a guy out there. So all these people just responded, slamming me. Oh yeah, sure, kid. I'll just give you. Why don't you come by? I'll give you my car too for $50 a month. Well, one guy, Bob Vladico, responded in a positive way and said, you know what? I'm willing to work with you on that. And he came to the house and he said, only one condition, I need to meet your dad. And so he met my dad to make sure that I was trustworthy, and he made my dad and I fill out a contract, and I signed the contract that I'd pay him $50 a month for the laptop. Well, I did, and I finally paid it off. It was like $500 laptop. Well, I started bringing that thing to school to take notes on, and the teachers did not know how to approach it. They thought I was back there playing games, and when I turned around, I was like, no, I'm actually taking notes. I remember one of my teachers, electronics teacher, was like, oh, okay, you really are taking notes, all right. But then he didn't really realize this is, you know, you could Alt-Tab really fast, just like this. Alt-Tab switches windows. Mm-hmm. So I learned the art of Alt-Tab. And so, did I have a game? Yeah, I did. But I was also really fast at typing. So, had my notes, boom, I'd go back to playing Tetris. Never knew it. So if you're watching, Mr. Wineland, I was playing Tetris back in the day. All right, we'll step aside. We'll take a break. Let us know what you're thankful for out there today as we continue on. It's your show here with Tomorrow's Promise, Montessori Schools on 8 Wednesday. We'll be back in a moment. This is Good Morning Huntsville.
Soon.
Buildings coming soon. That's what we were talking about in the break. Buildings are on the way at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. We need to have, like, you know, it'd be a really good voiceover for you guys.
What?
What's his name? James Earl Jones. Is that his James Earl Jones? Is that who I'm thinking of?
Right.
What, you know, he was the voice of CNN back in the day. And I didn't watch a lot of, like, cable news or anything, but it used to go, this is CNN. And I can't even remotely come close to that. Have you heard him read the Bible?
I haven't heard him read the Bible, but I heard he did.
Yeah, he read the King James Version. I mean, it'll take you back to, like, BC, literally, when you hear that guy.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, you
I'd
need
like
to listen
do
to it. So I was just thinking we need to get him to do a voiceover for Tomorrow's Promise. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools will take care of your children. I know. That's nowhere even close to it. Kaye and Rick
You've
Boehning.
done a much better job than I would.
Yeah. Kaye and Rick Boehning joining us. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, doing a great job. Really lifting up young people in our community, helping families. I mean, it's just incredible. We had Braylon there. I can speak, as an endorsement. We had her there, and I still, to this day, attribute a lot of her early success. She's still young. She's 19 months old, and I'm sitting here staying early, but she was speaking, literally starting to say mama and dada. Dada was the first word, Bridget, I believe. She sent me the video. She was like 6 or 7 months old, and now at 19 months, she's starting to formulate sentences. And I understand that children develop differently. So if your child is 2 years old and still not speaking fluently, or Braylon obviously isn't speaking fluently, but you get what I'm saying. If they're not speaking a wide array of words, it's not, don't put yourself down. Children develop different stages. You know that better, Kaye, than anyone. But I attribute Montessori a lot too.
Tomorrow's Promise has been used by a lot of parents over the years of children that speak a different language. When we first started downtown on the square, we had a child that only spoke French and came in 2 days a week and was part-time, and mom came in every once in a while and gave me French lessons. I learned one word out of all that.
It wasn't a bad word, right?
Verde. I still remember green.
Verdes. Oh,
Oui, oui.
I eat it. I eat enchilada verdes all the time.
Yeah, well, that's a new word. I mean, I knew some other words already, but I still remember one word that because she was teaching colors and shapes and different things in French. But after a few months, she came back to the school and told me a story that the husband had asked for a screwdriver in English to the little girl, saying, "Would you tell Mommy to give me a screwdriver?" And so she went to the kitchen where Mom was at and told her in French that Dad needed a screwdriver. And so she found the screwdriver or whatever and went back, and Mom then followed to kind of watch what was going on. And the little girl then told the daddy in English, and so she was translating at 2.5 years old.
Wow, that is incredible.
And we've had a principal one time send somebody that was from China to told them to come to our school for the summer so that they were visiting, their child would learn how to speak English. We've taught French, Chinese, Mandarin, that's Chinese, Farsi, some different, as of course Spanish. We've taught them English at the school over the years.
I am able to speak French with a Texas accent.
Can you give us one real quick?
Parlez-vous français?
Come on. All I can think of is that old preacher in Louisiana. Come on down here and get the rest of it. Huh, boy? Come on down here now and get the rest of this now. Man, this is fun this morning. We never know where we're going to go with this show. That's what I love about it. We have kind of a general idea, but we just never know. Like, I would have never thought this morning about asking you what color are your shirts in Spanish. Do you know this? You know what is the color? What is the word in Spanish for blue?
Azul.
Azul.
Yeah, azul.
Don't call me that.
Never say that to me in public.
So I got to tell you, that's why I brought this a fun joke. It's good fun, mediocre, clean joke. My niece one day started saying azul. And I had no idea at the time that was, I didn't know a lot of Spanish. And I knew some. I knew like hola was hello and gracias and, como me llamo. I still can't even say it.
Dead.
So, but I was thinking, there was words that I knew, but I didn't know colors. And I knew like Blanco was white. I knew that because of Blanco, Texas. But my niece started just out of nowhere one day, just starts walking around going azul, azul. And I told my sister, I was like, what are you teaching her? Because I thought she was swearing at me. And she laughed and she's like, no, she's learning colors in Spanish at school. So don't ever think that, children are doing something facetious all the time, because they're not. Perfect example yesterday. Braylon, I hear the trash can open. And what did I do? I immediately said, Braylon, get out of the trash. Because sometimes she opened. I was like, Braylon, get out of the trash can. And then, what? I felt bad. Because Bridget asked her, will you please go take Mommy's wrapper and put it in the trash? So I'm sitting, and she looks at me confused. She's like, Mommy told me to do. And I didn't know that. And Bridget's like, no, I told her to go throw that away. Don't always think that your children are doing something facetious.
That's the hardest thing when we teach teachers how to teach children. Is you have to watch the children. You have to observe them. You have to see what they're doing and why they're doing it. Because they may be turning on the water and getting a paper towel and wetting the paper towel, and sometimes they'll stick it down the sink. But, sometimes they've found a spot and they want to go clean it up. And so sometimes the hardest thing is to keep the mouth shut and watch what the child's doing. And then, the other day I walked up and a child had scissors and was cutting on the plant. And, I just sat and watched him, and he was trimming the plant to all be even. And so it's one of these like airplane plants or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he was cutting off the dead, but he was cutting off some of the green too, but he wanted it to all be even. And that was his sense of order, was to make that plant be even. And so the teacher kind of looked at me watching him, and she came over and told me what he was doing. I said, yeah, I didn't say anything to him. I just was watching what he was doing to see what he was doing, whether he was going to cut the plant completely up or just trim it.
Just pay attention to them. That's the biggest thing. Again, Kaye and Rick Boehning joining us this morning from Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. We'll talk here in a little bit about the academy and how that progress is going. I did want to show something real quick, just on our and if this will come up again, I'm trying to show stuff here on the fly, and it's not working the way that I was hoping. But a lot of folks were chiming in. Man, I hate this. Today's one of those days, Kaye. All is well, but man, it's one of those days where I'm trying to show things. It's not working the way that I'd planned. But there was a lot of really great 4th of July events. There's Greg Smith. They're cruising with Rhonda Ellisor. They were giving out water yesterday. Elkins Lake had a nice little parade. I'm going to tell you what, man. We scored more candy at that Elkins Lake 4th of July parade than you will score at Halloween. And here's the key.
I saw your video.
The key to this is here's the key to the parades. And I'm telling you, for parents, listen. If you want to score the candy at the parades, this is what you do. You take your child to an area where there's not a big group of people. Because people will drive by, they'll feel guilty, like that poor little girl, she's by herself, and they'll just unload the candy. Man, we walked out of there, literally with this, I didn't have a bag to put it in, but I had one of those manila folders, and I loaded that, or not the folder, but the clasp, I cannot think today, man. This is like frustrating for me. One of those, I don't know, like an envelope that you put the manila folders in. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. And so I loaded that thing up with candy like crazy for Braylon because it was just being unloaded on her. Here's the other thing, too, and I wanted to encourage you.
How much of that candy are you going to eat?
Oh, probably 92% of it. The other 7% are Bridget, and then the other one is Bridget. And then if I did the math wrong, we'll just throw the rest of it. Someone gave away pickles, too.
Pickles?
Yeah, I was like, my grandma always kind of told me at Halloween, like, don't eat stuff that's not wrapped. But I stepped out on a limb. I'm here this morning, breathing and alive after eating the pickle that we were given yesterday. It was from the ladies. They were part of the pickle group at Elkins. So I trusted.
Group?
Yeah, I trusted those. So it was all right. But it was cool. I mean, I have never been in a community, and I'm not talking just living, or not talking like growing up, but just even visiting. I've never been to a community that has so many parades that Huntsville does. I mean, there are parades every month. Something's going on, and
then
I think it's
great. I need to know about them so I can be in them.
We are literally going to put together a parade guide on Hello Huntsville because of the number of parades. Juneteenth was an amazing parade celebrating that, and then Elkins had the parade, and then there's other ones coming up that the Lions Club does for Christmas, I believe, and there's just a lot of parades.
That's the biggest parade.
Yeah, so many of them.
If you'd like to drive a car in that one, I can arrange it.
I'm taking you up on that, Rick, because you had already offered that. So we will be driving one of the classic cars. Maybe the T-Bird, rev up the engine. Kaye, can we do that?
It's fine.
Peel out, do a little burnout.
You can rev it up and go 5 miles an hour because that's how fast the parade.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. Well, friends, again, thanks for joining us here on a Wednesday. Appreciate you waking up with us. Sometimes kind of hard to get reset with a holiday being almost midweek. It was so weird this year because it's always cool when you have the 4th of July on a Friday or a Monday, but it was on a weird day. You have it on a Tuesday, so some people did get that nice 4-day weekend, but a lot of folks yesterday worked or Monday worked. So it's like, hey, I'm getting ready for the weekend. I'm getting ready for the 4th. Oh, no, I'm not because I got to go to work Monday.
Yeah.
And then you got to reset.
We were there.
And then folks were telling me like they couldn't really go out last night to the fireworks because they had to get up really early this morning.
Yeah.
It's probably why I'm, when I don't get in that routine of going to sleep early, then it just throws everything off. And it's just kind of been one of those weird days today because I woke up like 5 or 6 times overnight. We didn't go to sleep till 11. And I don't like that for Braylon because we have her in a routine of getting her down by 9. So that threw off everything. But I think it's still important for your children to experience things.
Yeah,
it is.
I think it's okay. Some folks are so tied about a routine that their children miss out on opportunity. I think once in a while it's okay to break a routine, right? Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with that. I know some folks that are like, nope, not going to happen. We are not going to go to that event because my child has to be in bed by 7 o'clock every day. Well, I'm like, then they're missing out on a big chunk of the world.
Yeah.
So that's our message today. Choices.
You just have to know the next day that you're going to have to give them a little bit more time to adjust to things going on. You might be running a little late because they slept a little longer or something. But yeah.
Children do thrive on consistency.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But exposing them to new things is great too.
It messed me up this morning because when I came in, Kaye, I was telling you I'm wearing the headset now, but I had like that elementary poof in my hair where you look like a child that didn't brush their hair in the morning. Usually I take a shower every morning. I took one late last night when we got in. But I had that weird kind of bedhead still going on, even though I'd brushed my hair. And whenever I don't take a shower, a lot of times I'll take a shower in the morning. It depends. If I do a lot during the day, I'll take one the night before. But generally, it's in the morning, so my hair is already wet and I can brush it and I'm good to go. Well, if I don't, then I usually just put my head under the sink and I take a towel and kind of, really quickly wet it down. But this morning, that little patch just would not go down. I don't know why. And so I came in and Rick's like, I thought Rick was going to say, "You just wake up?" It's like, no, I've been up. I've been up for 10 minutes, Rick. I didn't just wake up.
Did not actually notice it, Rob, till you pointed it out.
I know, it's one of those things. So, hey, it is the National Day of something today. It always is. This is a National Apple Turnover Day today.
Why would you turn over an apple?
I don't know, because you don't want it to mold on one side
I
or
guess
rot. It's also, Rick and I will not be celebrating this with us. It's National Bikini Day. You do not have to worry about that.
Thank goodness.
National
I don't fit in mine anymore.
Yeah, me either. National Bikini Day. Hey, Stephanie Pitts knows all about this. She was just there. National Hawaii Day is today. So a little National Hawaii. And hey, here's something that we'll all know about, Rick. National Workaholics Day today.
Well, that would be Kaye. It's hard to get her away.
National Workaholics Day.
But if you love what you're doing, you don't ever work a day in your life.
Yeah, but this lady they put on here, it's nationaldaycalendar.com. She does not look like she loves it. It's her. I mean, can we show this on the, let me see if we can get this here on the camera. Hold on. See, this lady does not look like she enjoys it. She's literally hugging a stack of papers that's like 3 feet tall. She does not love her job. Work isn't everything. Do you come in early, skip your lunch, or stay late, or know someone who does? Yep, it's called being a small business owner.
Yep.
Also, National Graham Cracker Day today.
I like graham crackers.
I do too. Graham Cracker Day. I like putting the old s'mores together and having a good old s'mores time.
It's a little hot for that right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
Let's
you
go
wanna
build a
come-
fire.
You want to come over and have a 100-degree fire in the backyard and have some s'mores? Nope, not today. So those are your national days. We are giving away some gifts. We'll do that whenever we come back. We'll take a break. We'll step aside. I also want you to show your shirt whenever we come back as well. We got some really cool shirts that you guys won from
Yes.
texting in last week.
Miss Kaye won.
So thanks to Kaye Boehning. We'll step aside. We'll take a break. Stay with us. We'll wrap it up when we come back. It's your show. Good morning, Huntsville. All is well. Welcome back in. That's your, how about that for you 18 wheelers. I don't even know what we're doing today. Welcome back in here on Good Morning Huntsville. I almost said like some other show name that popped into my head. The horn's blowing. It's just been a fun morning. There you go. By the way,
all right.
that horn, by the way, was your call to be at work. If you were supposed to be at work at 8 a.m., you are fired because it's 8:08. So congratulations.
Guess we don't have a job anymore.
Yeah.
I guess not.
Congratulations, you are fired. If you were supposed to be at work at 8 a.m., do not use this show as an excuse for you being late. And the good news is, if you need a job, we are hiring here at Hello Huntsville. We can't pay you, but we are definitely hiring. And so if you
Now
just
we
lost
are
your
hiring
job,
at Tomorrow's Promise, and I can pay you.
and she can pay. What do y'all have got some openings over there?
Yeah, we've opening up the third location, so we have lots of things we're hiring for right now.
Coming up. And check this out. Friends, don't let friends wear purple. Just say no.
I love it.
Those are the Bearcat shirts that Rick and Kaye won.
Kaye won.
Kaye won them.
Then Greg told you that she wouldn't wear it unless I got one.
Yes, and that's right. And then our good friend Garrick said, you know what? I can do 2. So he gave away 2 shirts.
I
These are
texted
pretty
him,
cool.
told him I'd pay for it, but he told me no.
Look at those again. Friends don't let friends wear purple. Just say no. If you are a Stephen F. Austin friend today, you might not be a friend with those shirts going around. So be careful.
So purple is my favorite color, but orange is my favorite university. So
Orange and blue.
There you go.
Yeah.
Friends don't let friends wear purple. You know what else friends don't let friends do? They don't let them forget to text in to win this morning. Final opportunity. We're going to be calling here in less than 1 minute. 936-339-0139 is the number to text your name alongside the keyword fireworks. We've had a lot of them come in here this morning, and you can win this morning. We are giving away an LTC course courtesy of our friends at Guardian Defense, Jason Thompson. And we will draw for that here in just a few moments. And we've had a lot of text messages come in this week, 42 already, just for this.
I was actually 18 of them.
You were, yeah, I see that there, Rick. So, and we made sure that whenever we saw that we will not pick you on that. Just kidding, we will still pick you on it. I'm trying to look at our system here. You know, typically I have all this stuff pulled up and ready to go, and this morning I did not. But hey, we got a new person here. I don't recognize, we don't have them logged in with a name. So the only key is you have to, what do you got to do? You got to
answer the phone.
You got to answer the phone to win. So we're going to call this person right now. And it is your opportunity to win big here on Good Morning Huntsville.
Yeah, when you called me the other day, I was in a classroom walking. Had to walk out. I was walking through.
They may not answer. I mean, where are you going to enter if you don't answer? Because you're probably working.
Well, if you're not late.
If you still have a job.
Phone's ringing. I have a feeling that we're not going to have a winner on this number. Sorry. Call back later. You didn't win, buddy. All right, here's the next one. I do know this person. They have not won before because their number popped up here, but they have not won. Let's try our next one here. See if we got another winner.
Okay.
Can we please get the answer on that? We never miss out. It's the second time someone's never answered. We may have 2 people that did not answer. Thank goodness we're not giving away $1 million.
It's after the holiday, everybody slept in or took off.
Nope, sorry, buddy. Randy, you were going to win, buddy, but not now. All right, here's the next one. Here's someone that hasn't won before. Can we go 3 today? Are we going to have 3, Rick, that don't answer?
I hope not.
People were
I'm starting to be a little disappointed.
I am too.
Deep inside, I'm crying right now.
You keep going, you'll end up with Rick.
I might.
I don't think I can win.
I don't think you can win either.
Not on the not today. You could win tomorrow. We're going to have 3 people that did not answer their phone.
Your call has been forwarded to.
Oh my goodness, folks. You know what? I was going to give away $1 million to those first 3 people that we called.
$3 million gone.
Not now. Not now. This person, I just called them. They didn't answer. Let's try again here. All right. Well, here we go. We're going to go right down here, and one of these should answer. Those first ones that I picked, honestly, on the randomizer there, they were earlier in the week because you can text in every day. This person should answer. They were one this morning.
Hello.
Caller number 4. You're the lucky winner. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Yeah, so,
Who is this?
well...
See, you could have done your thing this morning, and you didn't.
It's Kaye and Rick and Roy D. Mercer. My Lord, how you doing this morning?
I'm good. I'm having coffee.
Yeah, well, what do you do for a living?
I'm a wife, homemaker.
Homemaker, all right. Well, I was going to say if you worked at a vet clinic, I was going to say I brought my dog there. My dog came back broken, and I was trying to come over and get some money out of you, but I can't do that. So, Laura, you are our winner today here on Good Morning Huntsville. So congratulations.
Well, fantastic. That's wonderful.
You know what? You're lucky because you're not lucky because the first 3 callers, they were going to win $1 million, but they had to answer the phone. They didn't answer. But you answered. We had already, the chance to win $1 million is already gone, though. So instead,
Oh man, not my lucky day.
it's not your lucky day, but we do have an LTC course from Guardian Defense that we're gonna give to you today. So do you have your LTC? Does your significant other have his? Is that something you guys can use?
You're going to have to explain what LTC. What's an LTC license?
It's license.
Oh, license to carry.
License.
Yes, I have mine.
Okay. Well,
Yes, sorry.
if you
and
need,
so does my significant other. My husband has one too.
all right. Well, maybe if y'all need a refresher course. If not, you can gift it to someone else. But we have it courtesy of our friends at Guardian Defense. They've got a range here in town, and they wanted to bless us this week with a couple of those passes. So we've got one for you.
Well,
And
thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to throw in a postcard too. How long have you been in Huntsville, Laura?
39 years.
39.
39 years because I moved here right after I got married, and I've been married in August for 39 years.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. 39 years.
We moved up here so my husband could go to Sam Houston and go to college.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we'll ask you in a minute the final question, but I am going to throw in a Texas prison rodeo postcard from the 1970s. It's got a lot of yellow musk on the back of it, so it's got that nice nostalgic smell. You know, if you go into your great-grandmother's house back in the day, you know what I'm talking about, right? And
Exactly.
like everything had that yellow musk on it. And even if you had family that didn't smoke, somehow it still had like that smoky hue to it. I'm going to throw that in for you as well. Laura also joining us.
Thank you very much.
Do you know Rick and Kaye Boehning from Tomorrow's Promise?
Yes. If I'm not mistaken, Kay's older boy went to school with my daughter.
Okay. There you go. Yep. So that's who's here with us on a Wednesday, and we will make sure I'll text you a little bit later this morning. We'll get your information and figure out how to get you these prizes. So, two last questions. How'd you hear about us? How'd you find out about Texting to Win, Laura?
On Facebook. It was on somebody else's page as a recommendation, and I saw it, and I thought, oh, this is interesting. I like to keep up with what's going on in Huntsville. And so I like the page, and I've been following it ever since.
Awesome. Well, we do a morning show every single morning, Monday through Friday. Even on 4th of July, I had to get up and do this show. But you can join us.
But I enjoyed it,
and
just so you know.
Rick enjoyed it. So, and Rick, you know the final question that we always ask all of our guests, right?
Yeah. What do you love about Huntsville?
What do you love about Huntsville, Laura?
Oh, my goodness. Probably just the fact that I know so many people, and it's just a good community. It's a tight community, and I've been here for 39 years. It's just been a good place to live and grow up and raise my children.
All right, there you go. I do have one final question just because I'm thinking about food. I was looking across the street, saw Cloud 9 over there earlier. If somebody were to get something to eat today in Huntsville, where should they go?
Ooh.
Her house.
She's
a homemaker.
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
We'll be
I don't
over
know.
for
I don't know
lunch.
where I would go. I would probably go to.
I'm throwing you on the spot.
We're coming over
You
to your house
are.
for
You
lunch.
really are, because I don't really know. It just depends on what you're hungry for. I like to go to Yummy Yummy sometimes,
Boom.
and then
There you go.
sometimes I like to go to City Hall. City Hall is really good sometimes. It just kind of varies from time to time
There you go.
where I go. I really don't. I want to try Southwood Restaurant, and that's what my plan is in the future, is to go to Southwood.
Where's that at? I haven't heard of it yet.
And they're only open on Fridays, if I'm not mistaken, and they have a
Okay.
Facebook page, and they serve some good old homegrown country food, and I'm not really sure exactly. I think they're on Southwood Drive somewhere that
Right.
way, but they're only open on Fridays, and I'm going to check them out.
The things you will learn.
They are a locally owned restaurant.
There you go. Well, the things you will learn on Good Morning Huntsville that you won't learn anywhere else, thanks to Laura, and we appreciate you very much, Laura. So thanks for texting to win. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And hey, have a blessed day, and I'll get with you soon on these prizes.
Thank you very much. Y'all have a great day.
You too.
Too.
There you go,
All right.
man. I love that. Someone new,
Yeah.
winning a prize.
Been here 39 years.
39 years.
Speaking of that, my lovely wife is going to be married to me 18 years on
Saturday.
Saturday. This coming
Congratulations, 18 years.
Saturday. 18 years, and she hasn't killed me yet.
I just thought of a good old song, 18 years of blissful joy. I'm just
You might
kidding.
want to take that blissful out.
There's no blissful in this joy. But leave joy. Just
Yeah.
kidding. I just made up that song, and it will not be on a top record label anytime soon. Rick and Kaye, been fun here this morning. Took a little while to get rolling, but once we got rolling, buddy, we just hit that hit that road going
That's the way
quick.
it always works with you, Rob.
Put the old rubber to the road and let's go.
That's right.
Let's go, Huntsville. Speaking of which, Russell Humphrey, I didn't get a let's go Huntsville this morning from you.
He might have been busy. He's a busy man.
Well, we had a fun one here today. We'll be back at it tomorrow on a Thursday with our good friend Justin Killingsworth. Denise is going to join us from ASSE Exchange. We'll learn more about that organization and what she's doing tomorrow. And then on Friday, Chrissy Marfridge will be joining us as well. Chrissy Marfridge Cogdo will be joining us as a guest also from First Touch Family. So we're looking forward to that. And I did want to remind you, George Pitts, by the way, said, call me, I'll answer. So the randomizer didn't pick you, George. Sorry, man. We did want to remind you about our Rays of Hope. We're going to be talking about it a lot. You're going to hear about it a lot throughout the remainder of this month. But we are able to provide a blessing to many different nonprofits here in the community. Not us, really. We're just facilitating it, but the community. We're asking you to step up and help out with this. Our friend Sally over at HISD Social Services, Safe House, Tammy Farkas, has reached out with some needs. Also, Tomorrow's Promise, Montessori Schools. I didn't mention you guys yesterday or the other day, so I apologize, but you are on the list. Good Shepherd Mission Huntsville also looking for some. They need some help too. Canned goods, dry goods, twin bed sheets, and towels. All of this is going to go down. Man, it sounds like one of these things. Like this is going to go down. All right, Rick, this is going down July the 29th. Man, I'm telling you, get your family together. You better get your posse, get everybody rowdied up because it's going down, baby. July the 29th. I don't even know where we're going with this. July the 29th, though, from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the HEB parking lot. It'll be a donation drive-through. And here in the next few days, Elliot Herzlich and I, he is the presenting sponsor for this fundraising drive. We are getting together this afternoon to go over the final details. But again, you'll be able to drive through and bless organizations in our community that need help, not just during Christmas, but literally throughout the year. And so we wanted to help them out. And it's going down.
Elliot be there?
Elliot will not be there. He is going to be traveling that day. So unfortunately, our presenting sponsor will not be there.
If anybody out there wants to meet just a heck of a guy, go meet Elliot. That is a nice guy.
He is. He's involved in a lot. And as our studio sponsor here, too, with Elliot's Jewelers, we wouldn't be able to have this show, of course, without Elliot sponsoring our studio. You can visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com. Also, we work in collaboration with Paul Oley of the Gallery for all of your custom framing, photography, and more. Please check out our good friend, Paul Oley.
That's another nice guy.
A lot of nice people here in Huntsville, Texas.
Really
And if they're not nice, I don't want to talk to them. No offense. If you're not nice, I don't want to talk to you. If you see me in public and you're not nice, just walk the other way. I won't. I'll come up and be nice to you. But if you're not nice, I just really don't want to. I just go the other. I just don't want to talk. I don't want to be around not nice people. You know, I really don't.
Do I pass?
Man, some days it just depends on what day it is.
Just because I can see.
Yeah. I mean, a chamber ambassador, yeah, it's always a lot of fun, which I'm excited to be. Are you still ambassador?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. We're going to get in the van. We're going to tell stories, man. We're going to have a
drive.
We're going to. Well, I can't because I want to go live on Hello Huntsville and share behind the scenes content with our viewers.
As we're doing ambassador.
Yeah.
That might be.
You and
fun.
the stories that we tell. Can't wait till I'm like 90 years old, sitting at home with a little scotch and a cigar. Oh, the stories that we tell.
I've got 20 years on you. I probably won't be around.
Yeah, you might be. I mean, heck, in the Bible, if they can live 900 years, why can't we, you know? Quit eating all that processed junk and you'd be all right. So, all right, friends, it's been a fun one today. Join us again tomorrow as we continue to highlight all the good happening here in our community. We always love you and appreciate you, and especially our friends at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Look, if you're looking for an excellent child care facility, these are the folks. You need to call them. Get your children enrolled. You can always call them. You can go to the website, tomorrowspromise.info, to find out more information. Also, get connected with the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. Wouldn't be possible without Kaye Boehning. Our books have came in. We're looking forward to the one this month that's on the way. So, free service to the community, and that's all made possible from Kaye and Tomorrow's Promise. We love you, Huntsville. We appreciate you. As we end every single show, I want to remind you this morning that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Till next time, good morning, Huntsville. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow morning. We'll see you tomorrow morning. I just wanted to say morning. Bye, everyone. Good morning.